Good afternoon. It's time for our word of the day, which today is commandment. Now, most often we think of just the 10 commandments, but there are quite a few laws in Scripture, over 600 of them related to in some ways to the 10 commandments themselves. Some very specific about when you can plant, and about relationships with family and neighbors and strangers alike. In many ways, they kind of go into a little more detail about the 10 commandments themselves. We have, as Lutherans, we look at the Luther's Catechism for the commandments. What he does is he takes them, as well as the Lord's Prayer and the Apostles' Creed, and looks at them more in depth. Because if we just accept them on face value, then of course, I haven't murdered anyone today, or I haven't stolen anything today. But Luther invites us to look beyond just the surface meaning of the commandments or of any of God's laws. Because the laws were given to us not just to tell us how to be moral people, but how to live with one another and how to live with God. That they are primarily about how we worship God, how we don't have idols, how we keep God as the focus, at the forefront of our lives, and how we live in loving relationships with others. So, for instance, for thou shalt not kill, it's not just about shooting someone or taking a knife to someone, but also how do we enhance one another's lives. And so by feeding the hungry, or by caring for those who are struggling, that's a way in which we preserve their life. We bring the best of life for one another. By not bearing false witness, it's not just about being in court and being a witness to and conveying our experiences to a crime, but also how we speak well of one another, how we honor one another through social media as well as in our relationships with one another. So the commandments are more than just rules to follow, more than just laws to abide by, but looking at their intent is telling us the way in which we are to, as Jesus says, the greatest commandment, how we are to love God and how we are to love our neighbors as ourselves. So rather than just seeing commandments as that, as a rule, seeing it as a gift, seeing it as a gift from God to help us, to remind us what it means to live in loving relationships with one another. So hopefully, as you spend some time reflecting on today's word, you'll see the ways in which God invites you into a life of faith that is not about rules, but it is about love and how we love and live with one another. So I hope you're having a blessed day. We will talk to you again tomorrow. Blessings. Peace.